Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Sigh of Relief. I am your host, Tony, and joining me is my co-host, Kaya. Kaya, what's going on?
Not too much. Happy we're at Wednesday. It's almost Thursday. We're at the end of another work week. Those days
Right,
are wrapped up and we're moving forward. How are you
right,
doing this
right.
week?
I'm doing good. It's been raining a few days. I think it rained Monday and Tuesday. It rained hard. It looked
Mm-hmm.
like it was about to be some type of tornado warning. But today wasn't bad. So, I decided to go into the office because it wasn't raining. And they had free lunch. So that's another way to bring me into the office. So
Oh, perfect. What they
free
feed
food.
y'all?
So today we had burgers.
Oh, I love burgers.
So yeah. And they were really surprisingly they were good. They weren't like Five Guys burgers. It was some other burger shop.
Yeah.
Build your own burger. And I didn't think they were gonna be good. So, I grabbed one, grabbed some bacon, some, lettuce, tomatoes, some mayonnaise, sit down, I eat it. Then I get back up there and go back up to the line again
Oh, wow.
and grab another burger. And so the second burger, I think I probably only ate about like 3/4 of it. So I didn't eat it all. Uh, but surprisingly, I'm
Almost.
not. Yeah, I'm not hungry right now, and that was like 1 o'clock. So and
Well, you
it's
had two
after 7
burgers.
now. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I may eat again. I forgot I had a load of potato in the oven from last night. So I don't know if it's still good, but if it's still good, I may eat that tonight for dinner.
Was there
I don't
sour
want to get
cream
sick.
on it or cheese?
Yeah, it was cheese on it. Cheese,
Then
steak,
no.
green peppers. Is that bad?
You can't eat dairy that's left out.
You can't?
Sorry.
What if I
No.
like put it in the oven?
It's already in the oven.
What do you mean put it in the oven? What if I put the baked potato in the oven?
Like if you cook it some more, no,
No,
and bless you.
yeah, thank you. What if I like reheat it? It's already in like a foil container. What if I put it
No,
in I can't eat
no,
it?
no,
All right, well, if you don't see
no.
me Sunday and I'm in the hospital because that potato, I forgot all about it until I walked past the microwave. I'm like, what's that in the microwave? Oh, it's a loaded baked potato.
Yeah, if you
So
would have put it in the fridge, you could eat it. But
I forgot about it. I forgot about it last night. I didn't smell it, so I literally forgot. I should have just left it on the counter because if I would have saw it on the counter, I would have put it in the refrigerator.
and it's about to be. It's late, so yeah,
Mhm.
it's almost the whole 24 hours. I'm assuming. No, just wrap it up. Put it in the garbage.
All
Wrap
right.
it up. Done over
Yeah.
with.
I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight, Dan. I almost ordered another milkshake yesterday, but I think I told you I've been drinking too many, so I kind of stopped drinking the milkshakes. I want some chicken tenders or chicken nuggets. I don't know why, but
Again, you know how you always have the things that you tell me over and over and over again.
mhm,
Get you an air fryer. Get a bag of chicken
right.
strips. Get a bag of fries. Pop them in the air fryer. I know you can't cook, but you can put some in the air fryer. I believe in
Yeah.
you.
Speaking of air fryer, this is not related. Did you see the young lady on the internet that put some crabs in the air fryer?
Yes, I did. I did. I did. I didn't watch the video. I didn't hear the
Mhm.
crab screaming though. Did you hear him
They
scream? He was
they
saying
weren't
crab
they weren't
scream.
screaming. I didn't even know crabs made noise.
I
But
didn't. I don't think they do.
so I don't know anything about cooking crabs. You do because you cook like jambalaya and gumbo, so you know all of the
Not fresh
seasonings and
crabs. They
oh, I
dead
don't
when I bring them to my house.
I don't know, but she had an air fryer, and I didn't know they came in like that size. It was extremely small. It was the size of like a water bottle. She put the potatoes in. I don't know what else she put in. She put some crabs in, and the crabs were still living. And from what I do know about crabs, when you cook them, some people boil them, and so like they put
Right.
them in hot water or whatever. But she just basically put the live crabs inside the air fryer dish. I think she poured Tony's on it. Tony's or
She
Old
put
Bay.
some seasoning on them,
Yeah,
yeah,
she put
while they
some
were still
seasoning on it.
alive.
Yeah, she put some season on it. So they probably already knew something was up when they was like, "What is all this dust hitting us?"
This isn't sand.
Right, right. So she put some sand on them, and then she like started it. So she didn't really show the entire process. She showed the before and she showed the after. And
No,
when she
she
showed
showed during when
a
the
little bit, a
crabs
little
was.
bit,
She
they
showed
were
enough.
they were Harlem shaking. I don't know if you remember that dance back in the day,
Literally.
but they was Harlem
They
shaking. And I'm like,
yeah, they were tweaking.
yeah, I'm like, what's going on? But I guess people criticized her, and I don't cook, so I didn't think it was a big deal because I know people do boil live crabs. So, what's your thoughts on that as an expert chef?
Expert chef is funny. Um, I mean, the crab is dying one way. Was it necessary? No, because
Mhm.
I mean, she could have easily just boiled it beforehand, then put it in the air fryer. I think
Mhm.
that people are using their air fryers a little too much. I'm on my third air fryer. I love a good air fryer.
I think people are using their air fryers too much as I purchased a third one because the two earlier models that I use are broken because I use them so many times.
They were actually just cheap. The third one I got again for my birthday
Mhm.
this year. Thank you
Okay.
to the friend who bought me that air fryer.
Okay.
But I'm never putting anything live in my air fryer.
Mhm.
Crab. I'm not putting a crawfish in there. A shrimp. I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird. Like, why would you even? And then it's glass, so I watch my food. I know she had to
Mhm.
see them crabs was suffering a little bit. So, what I
Right.
do that? No. Is it the end of the world? Also, no.
Yeah, and people gonna find something to criticize online. It's probably the
Right?
people that's criticizing her. They probably don't even cook crab. They probably don't have the air fryer. They probably don't even have their own
They
kitchen. They
probably
probably
can't
using their
cook.
grandma's kitchen. Yeah, so they just criticizing this girl. And it's not like it was she was malicious with it. She was basically
Yeah.
showing you how she cooked it.
Hmm.
Before I clicked the video, I thought she was gonna like make them suffer, like just over and over, hit start until they start Harlem shaking,
Well,
out of
I'm
the
glad she
pot.
didn't do that
But
too.
I mean, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. So,
Yeah.
uh, I know we had our last show this past Sunday, in the middle of the day. What did you do the rest of the day? How did you spend your Cinco de Mayo?
I did not go back outside. I stayed inside. I had enough after that crawfish. The margaritas was hitting me. I lived it up that weekend. I had enough. So
Oh
I
my
know you
God.
went out though. I got
Yeah. So
reports on you.
yeah. So I went to a new Italian restaurant here. One of my friends kept talking about it, and the reason he kept talking about it because Drake kept rapping about it. So I went there with him.
Oh,
Uh,
I know where. I think
yeah.
most of the people who know Drake music know where.
Yeah, so I went there, and then we went to watch the game at a cocktail lounge. Um, and that cocktail lounge, I think we left after the game. It's not what I think. We left after the game, but people were coming in. It's Sunday, and
Hmm.
I think we left probably around like 9 o'clock, and people were like flooding in. But it was time for me to get ready for the next day, so I didn't
So
stay
you were
too
in bed
long.
by 10.
I think I was in bed by probably 11.
Okay, that's early for
So
you.
that was early. It was early.
You starting to come in early. Okay,
I'm starting to become,
I was
a
about to
male version of
say.
you. So,
Hmm.
'cause you know how you
We
like
getting
to
up
go.
there.
Nah, you getting up there. You like to go to sleep when the sun coming
you
down.
you getting up
You wanna
there
run
too.
home. Yeah, you wanna run home when the
Hey,
sun come down. What's the
I've
name of that?
never, I've never not said I wasn't a grandma. I'm a
What's
grandma
the
for
name of
real.
that Disney princess that she has to go home at night? Or she turns into
I
like a
don't know.
pumpkin? Is that Cinderella?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't watched a Disney movie since I was like 10.
Okay, well, there's a Disney princess. I think it's Cinderella. Let us know in the comments. But
She the
at
one that
night,
lost her shoe.
she lost a shoe. She drove in a pumpkin. She had
Okay, yeah,
evil
you're right. That is
sisters.
Cinderella.
She had all type of stuff going on, but she had to be at home at
That's
night.
me then, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I don't like being out, but it was a Sunday. I had to work the next day, so of course I went home early, and then I think the previous night, I think I told you earlier, I kind of stayed out, not too late, but mm, probably like 10,
Late
11.
enough.
Yeah, late enough.
Oh, yeah, that's still early for you. I'm ready for your 2 p.m. shenanigan or 2 a.m. shenanigans.
The thing about the 2 a.m. is that I typically wake up with a headache if I stay up to 2 a.m. So
Just drink water. I'm sure you'll be
it's not
fine.
even the water. I think it's the sleep, just staying up to 2 a.m.
Mm.
And then, because my body's naturally going to wake me up around between 7 and 9, and I'm going to wake up with a headache. I woke up with a headache this morning. I don't know why,
See, we getting
but
up there. Body
yeah,
just doing something.
I need to do like my granddad used to do, go to sleep at like 7 p.m. and be up at like 5. Just be up,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
reason.
Hmm.
So.
More productive, more time in the day too. I'm not mad at
Well, I'm not. Well, Granddad used to wake up and cut grass. I'm not cutting no grass. So productive isn't, getting on the internet or turning the television on or doing some
it.
work.
True.
Yeah. So
Or they was on that grill. Ooh, I miss them days.
yeah, my
But
granddad wasn't
one day.
a grill person. I mean, our people always said he was a good cook, but I've never tasted any of his cooking. Like I've never tasted any food Granddad made. But everyone would say, "Oh, your granddad is the best cook ever." So
He was probably tired of it, I'm sure. Which I
yeah,
feel him on that. I'm tired of cooking
yeah,
too.
right. Tired of using those air fryers. So
1000%.
right. So I know we recently discussed Coachella, but now we at ACL Austin City Limits is coming to Austin for 2025, and they recently announced their lineup. I'm not sure if you had an opportunity to take a look at it, but Sabrina Carpenter is headlining it. She's a huge artist. Doja Cat, The Strokes, John Summit. Did you see the full lineup? And are there any artists out there that you look forward to, watching their set?
I didn't see the full lineup, but I did see quite a few people that I would not go in concert or that I wouldn't pay to go and see. That is not really my wheelhouse, I guess, for
Mhm,
lack of better terms. But I mean, I saw Doja. I think Tyler, the creator,
mhm,
Sabrina Carpenter. I know her famous music.
mhm,
So maybe like two songs, two, three
mhm.
songs.
Yeah,
But yeah, just not a group of people that I guess I would choose to see. And you already know
yeah,
how I feel about Austin. So
right. You love it.
Austin is eclectic, eclectic and
Mhm.
younger and very bar vibes. So
I
would
love it.
I drive out there? No,
Yeah. Well, you can fly out there. You can use your real
I
ID
wouldn't do
and,
that
go to
either.
Austin. Use your
I
ID
wouldn't
with
fly,
with this.
walk, train, bus. No,
Do
not unless
they
it's a
have
lake day.
buses that go to Austin?
I believe a Greyhound, yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Greyhound, like when
Red
you're on the East
coach.
Coast,
Hmm.
like it's okay to do the train,
Yeah,
the bus, because you're going from DC to Baltimore, Baltimore to
yeah,
Boston, New York to New Jersey, New Jersey to Connecticut. Like it's acceptable. I made a
yeah.
mistake and I took a Greyhound in the South.
Well,
Never
Greyhound
doing that
too
again.
just doesn't have the best reputation either.
Yeah.
So
I'm never doing it again. I don't know if it was a Greyhound, but it was a bus.
okay.
And I think I went from Georgia to South Carolina, and I saw some of the sketchiest people I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I
It
w-
probably
I
was a
was so
Greyhound.
I was so scared to like have somebody sit next to me because in my mind, like something's gonna crawl on me from their body.
But maybe.
I, I
I
literally
can see
took my
that happening.
luggage. I literally took my luggage and put it in the seat next to me. I was like, "Yeah, can nobody sit here?" I was scared. Like I was legit scared. I was like, "Man, it looks like there's some people on here being trafficked. It looked like there's some people who are
Oh
selling things they
Lord.
shouldn't be selling." I was scared. And so I don't
How
know if you
long
used to
was
do it.
the route?
Probably a few hours. Definitely a few
Oh,
hours.
so
Probably
it's a
about
little
3 or 4
lengthy.
hours.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't
Yeah.
know if you used to do this as a grade school kid, but when you were already on a bus and the kids that you didn't want to sit next to got on after you, you would put your feet on the seat and pretend like you're asleep so they don't bother you. And that's what I
No.
basically did on that bus. I put my luggage there, put my arm around it, and put my head back so no one bothered me.
Hey, you got lucky because if it was a full bus, they would have been telling you to move your
I would have been like, you know what? I stand for 3 hours because I
stuff.
don't want none of these people sitting next to me. And so it's
They
not like an
actually have a
airplane.
bus.
No, go ahead.
So they actually have a bus from. It goes all around Texas, but it's called Von Lane. So it. Have you heard of it? Okay, it's a luxury bus. So it's
Okay, that
like a
sounds nice.
Greyhound, but they feed you. They have like I don't want to say reclined seats, but very
Mhm.
comfortable seats. So curious if anybody has used Von Lane before. It's a very nice
Okay.
experience.
Okay, cool. Well, you teaching me something new. Next time I want to go to Austin, or in case I buy some tickets to ACL, or
Hmm.
um, to go to San Antonio and look at the river
You can catch Von Lane.
and catch Von Lane. So speaking of luxury, American Airlines will debut a new passenger suites this summer. The new suites will feature privacy doors, wireless charging pads, and a chaise lounge for seating with adjustable headrest pillow. Passengers will enjoy a multi-course meal, luxury skincare, and additional amenities. I don't know if you've seen this in the news, but I saw this and I saw some of the images, and it
Hmm.
looked like a luxury lounge in the sky. Have you
And
seen
this
the
is
images?
just first. This is just first class, right?
So I'm not sure how they're describing it. It didn't say first class. I think it's some offshoot of business class because it's only for
Yeah.
long flights from like I saw
Oh,
one
long hauls.
from
Okay.
Dallas to Brisbane, Australia.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure they probably have some other ones going to like Australia or Asia or Europe, but it
Okay.
did not include a price. When you see the images,
Oh
you're like,
yeah,
oh,
of
this is
course
going to
not.
cost, but there was no price associated with this news article.
Yeah, because the people who can't afford it, they don't care what the cost is. They're gonna buy it.
Mm.
But no, I haven't seen the pictures. But obviously, I know the airspace a little bit. Do you know why most of these carriers are upping their first class, business class, and making them more, I guess, beefy?
I don't know. I assume that's the only way they can make profit because
Well,
um,
no, go ahead.
no, I was to say because giving people discounts, you can't make money if you're giving away money or you're giving away amenities.
Yeah, which most of the amenities come from first or business. They definitely
Mhm.
don't come from the back of the plane in economy.
Right, exactly.
You paying for seats, bags, water,
Right.
whatever. But it's actually because a lot of leisure travelers are opting for first class. So
Yeah.
you're not only going to see Delta change their fleet, you're going to see other major carriers change their fleet too. But I was
Nice.
actually surprised that people can afford first class, business class seats for uh leisure.
Mhm.
So well, not initially, but the consist the consistent factor previously has been that first and business class have been obviously for business people.
Mhm.
So people who are obviously getting reimbursed for their tickets and their meals, so they're able to spend a little bit. But it's crazy how we've shifted to now just regular people can afford first class. So I
Right.
find that to be very interesting.
Right. Well, I won't be flying first class.
I was gonna say I can't afford to do it
I'm not, I'm
either.
not doing it. Like, I plan on going to Australia later in the year, but I'm gonna buy those tickets like hopefully in the next few months because I don't want to spend out three. I don't know how much it costs right
Right.
now, but I don't want to spend money I
Yeah.
don't need to spend. So if I can
Yeah.
sit and coach and I can get a window seat, I'm happy as
You're
long as the
gonna
person
do
that's in. Yeah.
Australia? That's the one place I refuse. I do coach a lot
Mhm.
of. I mean, that's all I've flown for the most. I've only
Yeah.
flown first class once, but
Mhm.
Australia is an absolute no. You
Yeah.
know
It's
how
like
long
what?
that flight is?
Yeah, it's like over 20 hours. I think it's like 17 to 24 hours. Depends
It's
on
17, I
where it
believe.
stops. Yeah. So
Okay. Good luck, Chuck.
yeah. Look, when I went to East Africa,
Woo!
the the first class and business class seats were double the coach price. They
Yeah.
were double. So if I'm spending 3,000 and you want me to spend 6,000, that additional 3,000 can go towards my hotel, my dining experience. And believe me, spending 13 hours going to East Africa was hard because my knees were about to give out. Like, and
Yeah.
I had somebody next to me that was just
Ooh.
on me. They was just on
Yeah.
me. And it was brutal. And the worst part was like my ass was sore for about 2 days once I got to Africa. Like
Yeah.
it
You
felt
have
like
to recover from the flight.
you have to recover. It felt like the bone
Yeah.
was slicing through my cheeks. Like
Probably was.
it was. You ever had like, what is it, like chicken breast or some chicken, and you see the bone sticking through the meat? Like that's the way it felt.
There's
It
not a
it it
bone in
was
breast. That's
well.
how you know you
Oh
don't cook.
yeah, I don't cook, but imagine some meat and imagine some bones sticking through some meat.
Ooh, child.
So it was hard, man. It was I couldn't really walk comfortably for 2 days.
That's what I'm saying. Then how
I
are
was
you doing
sore.
Australia in
I was sore.
coach?
I don't
Get
know.
some credit card points or something,
You're right, because
because
I got a lot of them. Because I've been using all my credit card points on Amazon because I don't even really pay for my purchase on Amazon. I use my credit card points.
oh, I don't think you're supposed to do that, friend.
No,
I don't
no,
think that's a good
it has an
conversion of
option.
your points.
No, 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 it has an option. It has an option.
No, just because it has the option doesn't mean you're maximizing your points, though.
Well, I got different
Okay,
cards, so I can use them.
That's a story for
A
another
story for another day.
day.
Yeah, I don't cook, so I don't know these things. but but yeah, I'll look at the prices probably in the next few weeks to see how much
Ooh,
it's going to cost to go to Australia. But yeah, 17 hours, 13 hours was hard. So
yeah,
maybe
agreed.
they have to just put me in the belly of the plane with the luggage so I can stretch out. It may be cold down there, but give me a pillow and a blanket, I'll be okay.
Woo. Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know how that goes,
Yeah,
because yeah, I'm
it's gonna be
curious.
it. It's gonna be tough. 13 hours was tough. So yeah, I'll look at business class and I'll look at
Or
first
try to
class.
upgrade when you get to the airport or something. It's usually less if
Mhm,
they have the availability. Maybe you'll pay
mhm,
500 or 600 in comparison
mhm.
to the couple thousand, but
Right,
you're gonna have to do something.
right. I'll do some research. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I typically book my travel last minute. Um,
Do you?
it's bad.
Not compared to me.
Oh yeah, I do mine last minute, like
I don't think you could do
two
that
weeks
with
before.
Australia though.
Yeah, to
With
Australia, I
your
can't
luck.
do it. Yeah, I mean, even when I went to East Africa, I think I booked that in I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I booked it. So, um, but once you get there after spending 13 hours, 17 hours on a flight, you got to stay there over a week. You can't just stay there 5 days. You got
Yeah.
to stay there. I'm probably do 10 days and try to visit multiple cities. Um, we'll see.
Gold Coast, Sydney. Yeah, you're
Go to
gonna have
New
to go all
Zealand.
over.
And then I was thinking
Hmm.
about maybe I should stop in Asia since I'm already on that part of the world. Just stop in Asia,
You
take
could.
my work computer. So I'll see. So if you see
Flights will
me
probably
doing
be
this,
cheaper too.
yeah, if you see me doing this show and it's supposed to be sun out and it's pitch black outside, uh, yeah, I'm in Asia.
Or you see a kangaroo in the
Right,
background.
right.
He has
Hey, I may
left
try to.
the US.
It'd be nice if I can bring one. You want a giraffe? It'd be nice if I get like a baby kangaroo. Um,
Don't bring
they don't
none of
look
that
too
crap
violent.
back. Don't
Yeah,
even
they
bring
don't
no
look too
fruit
violent.
back.
Yeah, they're not gonna allow you to bring no fruit, no food, no animals.
Good.
I
Leave
mean,
it.
if we didn't have like government controls, people would bring all type of stuff like back to America. You'll be like in your house and you'll see a poisonous snake like trying to get through your door because your neighbor done brought a poisonous snake from Australia.
I'm sure it happens all the time, honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I
More
think
than we know.
we covered a story a few weeks ago about the guy trying to sneak monkeys
Yep.
into America. So uh, trying to sell them on Facebook. So last week, a 7-year-old boy took his parents' car keys and drove his 5-year-old sister 10 miles to McDonald's so he could purchase a Happy Meal. The police were alerted. The police were alerted after another motorist noticed a reckless driver that appeared too young to legally drive. Have you ever thought about taking your mom's or your dad's keys as a young kid and like going somewhere you didn't have any business going?
No. And I haven't. Heck no.
No,
But you know
that
what this
belt
story
that belt
reminds
gonna
me
be.
of? Yes. What the young folks call it, BTA. I ain't gonna
BTA.
say belt to
Oh yeah,
beep.
yeah, yeah. Belt to
I
behind
think that's
because
what the youngins are saying these days. But this reminds me of what was his name? They made a whole Boondocks episode on
oh
it.
that little boy,
Latarian Milton.
the little chubby boy, yeah,
Yes. And I
with the
smoke
big
my
baggy pants,
cigarettes.
yeah,
Yes.
the big baggy pants, yeah,
It's the new decade of Latarian Milton. I don't even think that's his name. I think that's what they called him in the Boondocks.
yeah.
But he stole and it's funny because my parents had that same car, but he stole his grandmother's truck,
Mhm.
and I guess he was hanging out with his friends, something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
no, heck no. My parents, they don't play that. I don't think I learned how to even drive until I was like 19.
Damn.
So getting in the car at 5 or 10, absolutely not. No.
Yeah. And my mother, she didn't even hide the car keys. I knew
She
not to
didn't
touch
need
the car.
to.
Yeah, she didn't need
She
to.
didn't need to.
Like I didn't even know how to start a car until, like you mentioned, I was a teen. Like
Yeah.
if you
Yep.
gave a 10-year-old me a car keys and said start it, I literally would have probably took the key, put it in the car, and turned it. And it probably
I
wouldn't even
probably would
turn
just
all
put it
the
in
way.
a car.
I mean, I
Just
wouldn't know
stick
what
it
to
in
do.
there.
But now
No.
kids, they got social media, they got videos, they can easily watch
Yeah.
stuff online. Um,
And
I
then
know I have
taking
a
your sibling with you, why
yeah,
would he? Yeah, he knew
yeah.
better.
I mean, and it's funny because they said he had cash on hand, like he had money ready to
Oh.
buy McDonald's. And you know how I don't know, I don't have the city in the story, but if you go to an urban McDonald's, the drive-through is tight. Like you have
Right.
to
Oh,
turn the
yes.
car.
Yes.
You know he don't know how to
Oh,
turn the car. So
no.
imagine you trying to get some
No.
coffee or you trying to get some nuggets, and you next thing you know, somebody hits you from the
You're right.
back and you get out, and it's a 10-year-old boy. Like you like,
Yeah.
what's going on? So
I'm still suing though. But yeah.
yeah, good luck on suing those parents. They can probably try to sue you. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if they have much. Speaking of hitting a car, somebody hit my car about 2
Oh.
months ago. It wasn't anything serious. It was a tap.
Hmm.
I was at a red light and my head did like a that jerk. And I'm like, is my foot on the brake? Like, I look like, yeah, my foot is on the brake. So I put my car in park and I go out. And the guy from behind, he gets out of the car and he just smelled, he was so loud. Like he
Oh
just smelled
wow.
like he'd been smoking something. And I said, hey man, I said, you got insurance? He said, no. I said, oh my God.
Okay, pull out your wallet then and start breaking me off some money.
He said, oh, your car's not damaged. It's just
I don't
dirty.
care.
He said, man, it's not that serious, man. Just I ain't got no insurance. You're not gonna get no money from me. And this boy was so high that it wasn't damaged, but I'm like, let me not get an altercation out here in public. It was broad daylight. I'm like, because I seen stuff like this go wrong, and I'm like, let me go home. I ain't trying to go home in a box. I ain't trying to be on the news. I don't want my mama reading about me. But yeah, that was crazy. So I can only imagine.
Sometimes you don't know though. Sometimes there could be no cosmetic damage. So
Mhm.
I don't
And
know.
it could
I
be other
guess
damage.
I'm
Yeah.
just
No,
yeah,
you're
or
right. You're
damage
right.
to your body. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean you jerking forward,
Yeah.
your body shakes when you
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You can have
get
like
hit. Yeah.
physical issues down the road. But like I said, it was a tap and it was so
Yeah.
subtle. Like I said, I didn't
You
even
barely
know.
know.
Like I thought I put took the brake off. I'm like, why is my car shaking like this? So
Uh,
he literally took his arm and started like swiping all the dust off my car in the back. He's like, hey man, I ain't got no money, man. I ain't got no insurance.
and he probably did have insurance. That's the crazy part. Just because they say they don't got insurance
Yeah,
don't
of
mean
course. Of course. But I took a picture of his license plate in case I had to like report
oh
him
well, that's
later.
good. Yeah.
Then
Well, at least it wasn't a 10-year-old that hit you,
yeah,
right?
I mean if it was a 10-year-old, I probably would have grabbed him up, shook him, just shook him like, what you doing out here,
Where your
man?
mama at?
Right.
Right. I want to talk to your
His,
mama.
his mother probably at work or somewhere playing bingo. I don't know. Yeah.
So what's the ramifications of the little boy driving? They gonna put him in beyond scared straight or something?
Man, these kids need more than
No.
that. So I think his mom said that she's gonna so the police didn't press any charges against anyone, but his mom said she's going to put him in some type of community service program for I think a month, which at 10
Hmm.
years old, that means nothing to him. That's a
Yeah.
chore. Like making me I mean, they're not gonna make him pick up trash from the side of a road because that's what the criminals do. I mean, what can you make a 10-year-old do that they're gonna actually understand, you know,
Yeah.
the consequence? Like his mom needs the one that she needs to be the one, with some
Oh yeah,
charges
for sure.
against her. So
For sure.
yeah.
Agreed. Oh, that could have been dangerous, but I'm happy that it wasn't.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You don't want to, I mean, have them lose their life or, get in an accident or
Yep.
cause like, thousands of dollars
Absolutely.
worth of damage, especially at 10 years old, because, they have their whole life ahead
Life
of them.
ahead of them. Yep, for
Right, right.
sure.
So this next story is going to relate to everyone listening to this. especially after 2020, and it relates to tipping culture. So a video has recently has been going around showing a heated exchange between a Chicago restaurant owner and a customer, and it's made national news. The video shows the restaurant owner confronting the customer outside of his restaurant for not leaving a tip, and can be heard telling the customer that he is no longer welcome at the restaurant after declining to leave a tip multiple times.
Deuces, deuces. I'm not coming back, so it don't matter.
Right, but
Sorry,
I,
I'm
I don't
getting
know if you
heated.
saw. I mean, this happened to me a few days ago, but go ahead. Give me your take on this.
Somebody asked you to leave a tip. That happened
Everybody
to you?
asks not they don't physically come out of their mouth and say, "Hey, can you leave a tip?"
Oh,
But the moment they tell you, "Oh, your burrito is $11 or your wings are $12," you can't hit confirm until you hit the tip amount.
yeah.
You know how it has like 10%, 12%,
Mhm.
15%, like, and it
10.
gradually goes
They don't
up.
even put 10 on there anymore.
Man,
It's
well,
18, 20, 25, 30. They
this
just skip
place,
10.
this place, I put my card on it without hitting a tip amount. It automatically
Mm,
added tip.
yeah.
And I don't want to argue with these people because I'm like, I ain't trying to make a scene. But I know going forward, if I do decide to go back, I need to make sure I hit zero.
So my thing is I don't have an issue with obviously tipping servers and etc. People at restaurants, right? I think for me, I have two major issues. The two major issues being tipping for everything. Why does a car wash have a tip selection? Why do I have to pay 20% to get my nails done?
20%.
Um, yes, they want 20%. Hair, brows,
All right.
my mustache. Like it just gets overwhelming. You see it?
Mm.
Yeah.
It looked like mine a little bit.
You a liar. You a liar. And then the second, so that's the first part. Just we have put tips on everything. It
Mhm.
gets real old. The second one being automatic gratuity. You
I
can pay
understand. I
me to
understand that.
frequent.
I understand why they got that. Certain restaurants need that because people
No,
don't.
no, no. I
Okay.
don't agree. I don't agree. If
Well, tell
I'm
me up front.
going to, hmm?
Say, tell me
But
up
no.
front if there's automatic gratuity.
Okay, so then this is my question to you, because I already know what you're gonna say. Do you leave an additional tip when there's automatic gratuity?
No,
I already knew you was gonna say
absolutely
that.
not. Absolutely
But
not.
the
Absolutely not.
expectation is that you still leave an additional tip. So that's where I have an issue at with automatic gratuity because you force people to pay 20, 18, whatever it is, right? And
Mhm.
then you still want an additional tip on top of that, equaling out to be about 30%. And that I don't agree with.
Yeah, so I can see if there's a party of 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 people, yes, there should be automatic gratuity. Because a lot of
Okay,
times,
that's
like,
fair. That's fair.
I think I was telling you about the wedding party that I was in about a year ago. And I think we had about 20 people. We had a private room, we were eating dinner, we had our
Hmm.
own staff. So they were
Yeah.
dedicated to our room. So I think the gratuity for that was, I think it was 25 or 30%. It was high, but we were at a high. But the
Ooh,
restaurant
okay.
we were at, we had like bottles, we had like
Okay.
our own waiters like
That's
next
a
to us
lot.
bringing everything we wanted. Yeah, but the restaurant was a really expensive restaurant and we had a lot
And
of staff.
but they still want an additional tip on top of that.
Oh
They
no,
still
no,
want you
no,
to
no,
cash
no,
them
no.
out on top of
No, no,
that.
no, no. And also the staff stayed later than they had to stay because
Hmm.
I think the restaurant closed at 9 or 10. We stayed an additional hour. So yeah, I gave
Oh
them the
wow.
money. But if it's like two people, if you and I go to a restaurant around here and they say, "Oh yeah, it's automatic gratuity," I'm gonna go look at the reviews. And if the food is not worth it, I'm gonna probably leave. But I don't like
Yeah.
automatic gratuity. I don't like automatic pay to park. I don't like anything being added to my bill before I even
Same.
experience
Same.
service or taste the food.
I agree. And it's just I hate to say it, but I feel like a lot of places do it for a certain demographic And I
Yeah.
hate that narrative a lot because, for one, you're already asking people who, trying to think of a fluffy way to put this.
People who may not have the money, you asking them to tip. So don't go to the restaurant
That
if you don't
no,
want if
no,
you
no, no,
can't tip.
not that. Okay. So these business owners say that they have automatic gratuity because there's a
Mhm,
gap in the way that they receive services to start their business compared to their counterparts, right?
mhm,
Think of the demographic that you're catering to as well. There's no gap with them, but you're automatically charging gratuity for your space because of the demographic that you're serving. And I just don't, I hate to say it, but I don't agree with that. People
mhm.
across all cultures don't tip.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
people
yeah.
who leave amazing tips, and there's people who leave
Don't leave
trash
nothing.
tips.
Don't leave
Yeah,
anything.
and that's
Yeah,
consistent across cultures. But I just don't feel like it's acceptable for our culture to require automatic
yeah,
gratuity at 90% of their places. Let's be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah, and also, yeah, think about like you mentioned, like the demographics of the customer. Typically, when I go to restaurants and everybody eating in there, if it's a breakfast spot or a dinner spot, if everybody in there is a senior citizen, it's typically never automatic gratuity. I've only seen automatic gratuity at like young places where the demographics are young, where they're trying to target 20 and 30-year-olds. Um, when I went to the Italian restaurant this past weekend, I think I left like 20%. I sat at the bar with my friend.
Hmm.
I think he probably left around 20 or 20% as well. Um, we got bar service. I'm not saying the service was bad, but it's
Yeah,
the type of service I expected for sitting at a bar. That's the reason why I
right.
sat at the bar. Like, I
Hmm.
don't need somebody coming over and, lighting
Agreed.
fireworks in front of my face. I just want to eat my food and go home. So
Right.
I chatted.
Agreed.
We chatted with the bartenders that were there. We were talking with them. They were sharing their experience. They were cool. So we left the tip. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna go in there and eat a good meal and be like, oh, that's it. No, zero X and walk out. Like, no, because the next time I go in there, they're gonna remember me
They're
and they're
right.
not gonna offer
And
me
give you
good
crappy
service.
service. Yes.
Yeah. And
No, I
so
agree with it. And I think for me, I've just kind of kept, like, I stay out of spaces that require me to tip because I'm going to leave a tip unless I just get, it has to be some of the worst customer service ever. I'm still
mhm,
going to leave a tip even if I get, I mean, bad customer service. Honestly, I have and I will continue to do that.
mhm,
But I just prefer to frequent places where I'm going to spend exactly what I came in there for, my tip, and that's it. I don't want to pay for valet. I don't want to pay
right,
for automatic gratuity. I don't
right,
want to pay for a hookah. Just all
right.
of it. I want none of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not paying for valet. The place I went to this past weekend, they had valet. I parked on the other side of the lot and I walked because I'm like, I don't need no valet.
If
Now,
it's
if I'm with somebody,
complimentary, then yes.
yeah, if I'm with somebody, because I know you don't like to wear flat shoes, and say we go out, you want to wear heels. I know you ain't. Oh, I don't
Facts.
want to walk. We got to park up
Facts.
front. We got to park up front. Uh, but with this case, the guy was a regular at the restaurant, and the owner still left the restaurant, followed this guy outside, and the guy started recording. He pulled his phone out and he
As
started
he should.
recording. But as a business owner, if I see somebody that's a regular, I'm
Was
not
$5
harassing them.
worth it?
I'm
Right.
not harassing them. If you feel like you need more money, which I know you want more money, increase your prices.
Agreed. I
Increase the
agree.
price. If
I
you
agree.
selling, I think it was a ramen restaurant, but if you selling ramen for
Okay. So
not
this
oodles
wasn't
and
even like
noodles.
a no, but like the food, a ramen
No, it
bowl was
wasn't. It
like
wasn't like a
15,
steakhouse.
$16.
Yeah, yeah. He
Right.
probably at most if I spent. Oh, he spent $20. That's how much it was. The guy said, "I gave you a $20
Uh-uh.
bill." So, like, how much tip do you want off of 20
20% would have been $4.
to go? He would have been happy to get $4 from me if I'm going to
Oh,
go.
to go? I put zero on the to go order. I'm not tipping on no to go order.
Right. Because you ain't
Maybe
do
a
nothing. Like
dollar.
you just on a register. The people in the back cooking.
Oh,
Like, but
right.
so he followed the guy out and which is mistake number one. And then mistake number
Yeah,
two, telling the guy
that could
don't
be
come back
dangerous.
here. Yeah, that could be dangerous. And so now I think the family who owns the restaurant or the business owner, he's all ashamed. So he's making rounds of interviews with local media and apologizing. And
Hmm.
he had to shut down, I think, the social media page for the business as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully this comes to a nice ending. Hopefully the customer comes back around and basically says, "Hey man, I'm
He ain't
sorry
coming
about
back.
that." He don't have to come back for TV. If it's me, I'm gonna come back around, shake hands on TV, so people know he's a good guy. He has a good restaurant. I'm not giving him a tip, but you can give him a tip.
Yeah. Right.
So
Well,
yes,
it's
people
it's
do.
rough out here in these tipping streets.
And the funny thing about it is that now they use iPads, and so they'll hit the total and they'll flip the iPad on you, and it'll be all in your face in big
It's gonna
circles.
ask you a question.
It's gonna
Like
ask you a question,
I get irritated when they say that. It's gonna ask you a question.
right? Right,
0.
right, and flip it right back around in your
Right.
face. Like, here you go, here you go. So
No, for real.
yeah, this
It's
tipping
yeah,
culture,
it's ridiculous.
it started like 4 years ago. Like right after, as soon as COVID ended, everybody started asking for a tip. So maybe we need to start
Yep.
going to our employers and asking for tips as well. Like, hey boss,
No, seriously.
give my boss the iPad. Hit that button right there.
Nah, just every time I send an email, I want 50 cent tip. Let's
Yeah,
start
I need a
making
tip.
that happen.
Put the
It's a
put
lot
the
of work
put the
sending
uh
emails.
put the tip recommendation at the bottom of the email. They got to click on one
Right. To get
and
a
register their
response.
credit card. Yeah, register their credit card on it. So
Whew.
yeah, that was pretty funny. So this next story is, I don't know. I don't know which side you're gonna take. The left
Oh
side, the right
gosh.
side, the top, the bottom. I don't know. So a video has surfaced of the Washington Commanders quarterback going out in Miami, and so the quarterback, football. Jokingly, football, but you know who the
Yeah.
quarterback is in the
I,
football game.
that I do
Okay,
know.
okay. So the
I
video
definitely do.
shows Washington's quarterback Jayden Daniels, on a date with a young lady, with his mom tagging along as the third wheel. Daniels can be seen getting out of an SUV with the young lady, with his mom following. The moment his mom notices the media cameras, she immediately jumps back into the SUV so no one can see her. And so this has caused a lot of chatter online because Daniel's mom is known for being overprotective, and she was last seen with her quarterback son at a wedding of one of his friends, and she was dancing with him at the wedding. So instead of him bringing his plus one, his mother was there. And so has this ever happened to you, or what would you do if you went on a date with a young man and you get in a car, he picks you up, or you meet him at the restaurant and his mother's right there?
I'm gonna call an Uber or text. I'm gonna get on the rideshare app and be out of there. It kind of, I don't know if you've seen Bates Motel. That's the first thing I thought
No,
of
I never
with
heard of
the
it.
story.
You
Okay,
said
then you won't
Bates?
get the reference. Bates Motel. Yeah.
No.
It's a old show.
Okay.
But where the son was a little too attached to his mother. But
He's a
it's
son husband.
pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder if maybe he has like some social cue issues, because this is the NFL, right? Not a college football team.
No, it's the NFL. I think he's like 24, if I'm
Okay.
not
So
mistaken.
then it may be a him issue too then, because at 24 he just detached from your mom. Like she knows you're going on a date because you told her. She's there because you told her where you was going and you picked her up. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I
Right.
feel like he is also to blame.
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine, he's probably raised by his mom and dad. I haven't seen his dad in a while, but I've seen pictures of his dad. And
You sure
sometimes,
his dad there? If the mama going out, because the mama would be with the dad,
listen,
wouldn't she?
listen. If my wife is following my son around, first of all, I'm gonna talk to my wife like, "Yo, don't do this." Uh, but I'm not about to. I'm not going. I'm not going on no date. I'm not going on no third wheel date. But like I said, she's known for being overprotective. Um,
That's beyond overprotective, though.
this is insane. Like but when you watch the video, you can see the Daniels gets out of the SUV, the young lady gets out of the SUV, and his mom, she's getting ready to get out, but the moment she sees the camera, she gets back in and
Hmm.
tries to like hide, because people have already been criticizing her because she was
Right.
seen at a wedding as his plus one, or I guess dancing with him. He was I think at a basketball game, and it was another young lady at the basketball game. He not with him, but sitting next to him. Her name is
Mhm.
Juju Watkins. She's like the number one college player right now.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
Juju
Mhm.
Watkins was talking to him, and his mom basically like ended up sitting in the middle between him and Juju. And it's like people were like laughing and roasting this situation. Dude, tell your mother to stay at home. And I think she's on record with saying, she wants to protect her son and she doesn't want the wrong people around him. But there's other ways
She has to
to
let him be a judge and character too, though. So that's why I'm
right.
like, there has to be something else there that we're not privy to,
Yeah.
maybe.
And I don't think he has any
Um,
personality disorders. If you're a quarterback of a football team, you got to be able to command the huddle. You got to be able to manage the team.
no. There's
Yeah.
who's that basketball player? I forget his name, but he's on the spectrum. And I mean, he plays totally fine. But obviously he has the social cues issues, and he's married and has kids and everything. He lives a completely normal life, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would be curious to know if there's more there, or if, I mean, she could just be overbearing, right? But
I mean, he just finished his rookie year. He had a really successful rookie year. I think he was the rookie of the year.
oh
Every
wow,
time
okay.
I've seen him, his mother is right there. Like when he's doing media interviews,
Mhm.
his mom is right there. Like she's right there. And like I know me, even at my age, if my mom said, "Oh, I'm coming with you," no, you're not.
Yeah, right,
My
exactly.
mother can
That's what I'm
can start
saying.
getting she can start getting dressed, and I'm gonna grab the car keys and drive off. Like you're not coming with me. Like you can call
Same.
me. I'm
I'm
gonna turn
very
my phone off.
independent.
Like you're not coming
Yeah.
with me. Now, I mean, I've taken my mom out on a little date, taking my mom to brunch. Yeah, I invited my mom. She
Just
wasn't
y'all
my,
two.
yeah, yeah. She's not my a shadow. She's not a third wheel. But I can only
Right.
imagine going on a date with a young lady and what if her father, like I go on a date with a young lady, she bring her dad? Oh no.
Yeah, it's weird. That's why I'm saying he is playing a role in it too, because he's obviously giving her all the details and she's coming along. So he likes it.
He probably scared of his mom. So,
He's
some people
twenty-four.
like I said, some people are in relationships with their moms. Like I can understand being a mama's boy, but some people are like in relationships with their mom. So that is
Well, what happens
that's
when he gets married to one of
she
these
gonna be.
young ladies?
I guarantee you, she gonna be right there. Some parents move in, especially if a child is on the way. Some parents move in. I
There's
guarantee
nothing
you,
wrong
she
with
gonna.
that, but
Yeah, it's nothing
in
wrong with
this
that. But
case, maybe
look,
something wrong with
I guarantee his mama live in the same house as him or next door. Like the way this looks,
it.
his
Mhm.
mom does not live on the other side of town.
Yeah.
She lives
Yeah.
like nearby or in the same house. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting if they gave these two a reality show so you can watch them walk around all day,
I'm gonna see
mom
that.
and son. I want to see it, so I'm gonna laugh. I can only imagine like you're in a bedroom with somebody and your mom is looking through the little door hole, the lock hole on a doorknob. Like,
That's too
don't do
much
that,
for me.
son. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. People.
I don't want no mama's boy. I don't want to date no mama's boys. That's for sure.
Right.
It's one thing having a loving mother, but a whole nother thing when your
Mhm.
mom is breathing down your neck. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't even tolerate that from my
How
mom.
you gonna lead the relationship if your mama leading you? I don't know. I don't
That's a
see
good point. So yeah, I'm
it.
pretty sure now that we talked about it, you're gonna see it when you go online. You're gonna see Jayden Daniels' mom.
Yep.
Uh,
I'm gonna go
it's
looking
kind of
for it
crazy.
too.
It's crazy. So yeah, and also watch that video with that business owner because it's funny.
That
It
one
is
probably just
funny.
gonna make me mad. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to see that
It's
one. I'm gonna
funny.
be irritated.
It's so funny of a man walking out of his business to approach you to say, "Don't, you're not welcome here anymore." And so now he's regretting it because he's saying, like I said earlier, I brought shame to my wife, I brought shame to my family. But dude,
You
yeah,
did to yourself too.
but we're going backwards. So our last story is a big story. Speaking of relationships and babies, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky revealed that they are expecting a third child, and they revealed that during
Yay!
2025 Met Gala. Rihanna showcased her baby bump as she rocked a little, I think, a black and gray, like I think it was like I don't know what it was, lace outfit. women's clothes
Yeah, I don't
better
know what
than
you
I do.
call it, a bustier, a corset,
Mhm.
I guess would
Okay.
be the best description. But yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Met Gala, and what are your thoughts on Rihanna announcing her third pregnancy? Because I thought she was literally pregnant last time I saw her.
I know you are always thinking to yourself, is she pregnant? When is she gonna announce? I feel like she has
Yeah.
just been like back to back to back. But obviously hoping that she's having a little girl for obviously for no real reasons. I just hope
I
that
think
she
she
has
has two
a healthy
boys right
baby.
now.
But yes, she has two
Okay, so
boys.
she probably wants a girl.
But maybe she'll be a boy mom. Maybe she'll have
Mhm.
three boys and have to go for a fourth. But
Mhm.
I love that she's obviously very successful. People are still waiting on music from her, which they're
She
not
not
getting that
releasing no
album
music.
now, that's for sure.
You're not getting no album until when
um,
kids turn 10.
right.
She'll
um,
drop her album when her kids are driving to McDonald's for a Happy Meal.
hey, maybe. But I love how successful she is. Obviously, ASAP Rocky is also successful. He's been in the news for other things, but she's in her almost late 30s. I believe she's 37, and
Mhm.
she's having her third child. So I think it's definitely a confidence booster for, ladies who are worried that after 31 you can't have kids. So she's doing
Mhm.
a good job at showing,
Right.
there's still hope for some of the ladies out there.
Right.
But I thought that
Definitely.
was a cool way to showcase her pregnancy too at the Met.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah, that was a really good idea. And I know she performed at the Super Bowl. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was two or three.
Yeah, and she was pregnant then, so I'm assuming her
Mm-hmm.
last child is probably 2 years or 1 years old. So yeah, their
Yep.
family is expanding. I want to know if ASAP Rocky's mom is following him around as he create these babies.
Absolutely not.
That'd be funny.
Absolutely not. I want to see how she. And I'm trying to think. I don't think she, because sometimes celebrities they do their gender reveals and stuff. I don't think
Mhm.
she even said anything until the kids were born. But I'm actually very curious to see if it's going to be a little boy or a little girl.
Yeah, I mean, she can definitely try to profit the gender reveal and have some type of not a new album, but a new song, a new track to announce it. And but uh, when was the last time she released new music?
It's been a
Like 10
while, like
years
over 5 years. Yeah, it's
okay,
probably
only
closer
5 years.
to 10. No, it's
Okay.
probably closer to 10.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Um,
that album ain't coming. That album
but
is not
she
coming.
has, her Fenty like lingerie line. She has the
Okay.
Fenty Beauty. I actually just got some stuff delivered today.
Oh,
It'll be
nice.
one of
Why
my
didn't you?
first
You should have
times
wore
wearing
it.
the.
You should have
Yeah.
wore it for the
Well,
camera.
no, I'm talking about Fenty Beauty. Crazy. Like
I'm
just
talking
makeup
about beauty. I
products.
ain't talking about no
Oh, okay.
lingerie. No makeup.
I'm like, did you hear that
Yeah, I heard you.
part?
Yeah, I know you can't be wearing that on YouTube.
But no, I just got some stuff from her. So yeah, I mean, I think that she's just pivoted a little bit, which
Mhm.
nothing's wrong with pivoting. And she's focused on her other brands. So when she's ready to make music, and I'm sure she's in her creative bag, she will make music.
Yeah,
Now she's
definitely.
a mother too, so
Yeah. So she can be out there like Beyonce making music and had the kids around. But at this point, the kids are kind of young. So I don't know if they're going to be performing on
yeah.
stage anytime soon,
Hmm.
unless they're going to be crawling. But speaking
Okay.
of her baby reveal, Shakira, the pop artist, spoiled Rihanna's surprise.
Shakira.
So Shakira, yeah, she
Uh,
spoiled it moments before Rihanna arrived to, I guess, the red
oh
carpet.
really?
She told, I think, NBC reporters that she's excited to
Oh,
see Rihanna because she's pregnant.
I didn't know that. Oh, she gonna
Yeah,
eat her up. Rihanna don't play.
yeah, I didn't know that until I started doing research for the story. I'm like, oh, Shakira spoiled the story. But for the viewers who I guess watched the Met Gala or watching it on social media, they probably wouldn't know unless NBC was
Right.
live at the time. But
Mhm.
yeah, so it shows you can't tell anybody, you can't show anybody because
Mhm.
they're gonna spoil it for you. It's like I don't know if your family used to do or does it still, like grab bags where you put people's name in a bag for Christmas and then you draw a name. and then you have to. It's sort of like I guess a secret Santa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I may grab your name and I may tell your sister, oh, this is what I got Kaya, and then your sister ends up,
Hmm.
telling you by mistake, what your gift
Right.
is going to be, and then you're no longer surprised. So,
And I
so yeah,
wonder if
that's it.
Shakira just like kind of saw her out and about, or she had told her beforehand because she had never tell her another secret again. That's a big secret to release
Yeah,
of somebody else's business. But
yeah, definitely, definitely. What if Rihanna is like in a vehicle heading to the Met Gala and she picks up her phone and it says
mm,
breaking news: Rihanna pregnant?
right,
Like you're gonna be mad.
exactly.
You're gonna
Oh
be
yeah, I'm gonna
mad.
be heated.
Yeah,
Let
you're
me
gonna
tell
be
my
mad.
business first.
Right, exactly, exactly. So, yep, that was our last story. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you have some stories that you want us to cover, leave it in the comment section. We'll definitely pick it up. Thanks for watching. Thank you.
Happy Hump Day.